game objectives goes up. Which teams do we feel like are going to benefit from that shift in style, if any?
One change, I think you said CLG.
Yeah.
So, like, I think for specifically the champion CLG, but also just how aggressive and focused on their own personal mechanics of Dokla, Contracts, and Luger, I think this will help them greatly.
We're also going to talk about this a little bit later, but teams that have either been running or experimenting with some more early game focused comps, like I know people have been kind of slamming Team Liquid, but like they do already have a very strong early game with very strong laners.
True.
And they should be able to benefit from this as well, especially through things like Drake control and Herald control. And then interestingly enough, C9 is also a very bloody early team, so I think it could benefit them as well.
I like that call out. Mark already caught you peeping the tier list.
Whose tier list is
We sniped the tier list off the internet. Why not?
Sh4kur.
I feel like it's a great opportunity for us to.
You posted it in public.
He lives. He lives. I feel like we should tear it apart.
I mean,
or agree with it. I don't know.
The thing I was struggling to look at the closest was actually just the Nila and I think it's supposed to be Zeri that are like kind of like weirdly smashed at the bottom.
Yeah.
The formatting there.
They're scaled different. Their resolutions are different.
That's what I was struggling to look at the most. But I figured it out what those.
Okay. So what are our opinions here, if anything?
Immediately, I think Nila is much better than this person's
dog tier?
Dog tier?
Unbelievable, by the way. Especially since we see a lot of players right now in Champions Queue that's like experimenting on it. Just the idea that you get just added experience, you'll always be like ahead of the enemy AD carry is a huge, positive that needs to be explored. This kind of reminds me of the earlier Mordekaiser when he also got the same benefit. In the bot lane when he was being played years ago. So that's one. Another one, I think Twitch is too high. As an A tier, I think he's far too high. I think he's good in specific moments. We already saw him when he was going up against weak early laners like Zeri. And also, second question, where the hell is Zeri?
At the bottom.
There's right there.
All the way down there.
Yeah, she's better than this. Like 100%.
She's not dog tier?
Yeah, she's not dog tier. This is like the perma thing where Zeri has a really poor win rate in solo queue, because you need a coordinated team around you.
Gotcha.
And in competitive play, she is just 10 times better than that. So I think she should be much higher than this.
I think it over-indexes a little bit on early laning phase.
Yeah.
Which makes sense if you're a solo queue player. Like, I really don't
Yeah.
like losing lane. And I think even with the current meta change that we just talked about, winning lane will be important, but maybe a little too much on the immediate Draven, Callistas, and stuff. Those are good.
For competitive, I think Sivir is a bit higher. She's been like insanely high prioritized on 12-14. Like the most popular ones have been like Draven, Callista, Sivir, still Zeri, still Lucian, and then slightly below like Aphelios Jinx. So I'm pretty sure we'll also see that in LCS.
So in short,
yes,
if this is the content that Tupac is giving us when he's alive, should go.
Whoa!
I don't want to know where this is going.
Just stick to rap is what I
think we gave this.
Yeah,
there you go.
Just stick to rap.
We gave this more time than it deserved, probably. Let's move on to.